there is some concern about secondary education of science in Britain, among other places, and if you present the science this way, maybe to improve things, what about, is there any work being done? So I'd like to make 3 comments about this. One, sir, you are too kind. I'm sure that you don't want to have Tadashi in front of the children. But secondly, you see, there is a little bit of a structural issue. This is the second point. There is a third point coming. Okay, structural issue, which is that when you want to learn to play an instrument, a musical instrument, for example, the piano, and because you want to express your romantic soul by playing Rachmaninoff's second concerto, well, but initially you have to learn the arpeggio, finger exercise, lots and lots, so that your fingers move in symphony with your brain. And that is indeed a really trying exercise. It's like crossing a desert. But you know that on the other side of the desert there's an oasis. And then from that oasis you can go cross another desert, there's an oasis, and eventually you can start playing Rachmaninoff. And so children really must know how to do arithmetic. And okay, you can motivate with fun examples and so on, but there is no way around learning the multiplication table and just blocking it. So you have to do this. So they're crossing the deserts, and those technicalities are absolutely essential if you want to be fluent users, so fluent that you are no longer burdened by those small technicalities and you can actually concentrate your brain power on something interesting. You have to have those technical skills. And it's always the same problem with acquiring a technical skill. You have to cross a desert and then you can do something. So I think this kind of thing might have some use in showing, convincing people that every once in a while there's an oasis, but it will not replace crossing the desert. And so this is really something that I think, I'm no expert in education for secondary school children, but it's really the same story for any technical skill. And you have to cross the desert, but also you should provide oasis. And the third point is, if I may say so, maybe you have concerns that because you're British and my wife is British, I lived in Britain, I love Britain and so on, we have concerns for British secondary school education. But if Britain decides not to, well, other countries will. And I think humanity will go on. So we shouldn't worry too much for humanity. We might be worried for Britain, but okay, that's British problem. And if the British people decide not to do anything, well, other people will go on.